Good my friends. This is Weekend Edition, and I'm Jason Salas. Before we get to tonight's big top headlines, first, another profile of an island frontline hero.
Afternoon, Guam. I'm firefighter Toolers with the Guam Fire Department, urging you to keep your first responders safe by staying home.
Now, these are just some of the countless island heroes who are fighting, as I said, on the front lines. Thank each and every one of you for keeping us safe, and we'll continue to profile them. Now, for the very latest with containing COVID in our island community.
Good everybody, I'm Sabrina Salas-Matanani with the latest on containing COVID. According to the latest numbers from the Joint Information Center, the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 on Guam have risen by 1. Those were the results from Friday. There are now 136 confirmed cases of COVID-19 on Guam with 110 recoveries and 5 deaths. Once we get the very latest numbers from the Joint Information Center from testing that was conducted on Saturday, we will pass that along on all of our social media platforms. Meanwhile, the governor says although the numbers seem optimistic, it has triggered discussions on Guam's economic recovery plan, which she says will be gradual.
And as a result of that, I've been looking at this. So since April 7th, we've been seeing a sustained low number in terms of positive cases, and our trajectory is very, very, very low. So several things has been triggered. One is that we are going to do more tests out there. We're going to do more tests using FDA-approved test kits. We have the capacity that we are building, and we will be able to test more. As a result of that, then we will have a better understanding of really the community spread out there. Additionally, it has also triggered plans to direct recovery program. I have impaneled a group of representatives from the community to be my advisors. It includes epidemiologists, it includes medical personnel, it includes business community, the private sector, the industry, tourism industry, and of course government agencies. These panel will be the one to look at a plan of how and what the best strategy is to do the recovery. The recovery, I have to tell you, is going to be gradual and going to be controlled and going to be monitored very closely. So restrictions are going to be lifted, but they're going to be lifted gradually.
As for the latest in the CNMI, the number of COVID-19 cases has risen by 1. The total number of confirmed cases there now stands at 13. Meanwhile, CNMI Governor Ralph Torres announced today the arrival of thousands of additional test kits.
And 5,000 test kits has arrived again with the additional machine. Our goal is to start testing our first responders, our nurses and doctors, as well as our first responders' family. Hopefully we can start doing that sometime next week. Again, our ultimate goal is to try to do mass testing for everybody on the island. That's going to take a little bit longer, but we want to assure our first responders, our nurses, our doctors, and their families that we have the test kits that's needed in order for us to know where we're at.
As for an update on the USS Roosevelt, as of today, 94% of the crew have been tested, with 660 positive and 3,920 negative. 4,059 sailors have been moved ashore. 7 sailors are now at Naval Hospital being treated for COVID-19 symptoms. One of those sailors is in the ICU for increased observation due to shortness of breath. Additional national media report that starting Monday, the Navy will begin serology testing done through blood samples to study the virus outbreak on the carrier. And some of you may have seen them on the road this afternoon. A police escort was granted for a motorcycle motorcade to pay tribute to the fallen sailor aboard the USS Roosevelt, who passed away on Monday as a result of COVID-19, as well as to honor another service member who passed away during a traffic-related incident recently. The motorcyclists were escorted by police from Agana onto Marine Corps Drive and seen all the way in Jigo. Currently, there is an order by the governor for mandatory social isolation and social distancing, and residents are urged to stay home. There's also a ban on all social gatherings. Daily roadblocks manned by National Guard members are set up along various roads from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 10 10 p.m. to ensure that only essential workers and residents picking up essential items are on the road. Island residents have been told to stay home during this pandemic crisis to contain the spread of COVID-19. The governor's social distancing orders are in effect until May 5th.
And that's the latest on containing COVID. Please, everyone, we urge you to wash your hands, practice social distancing, wear a mask, and stay home. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matanani.
In other island news headlines, 38 Air Defense Artillery Brigade soldier Sergeant Justin Lyle was identified as the driver pronounced dead at the crash scene along Route 15 up in Jigo last week. On April 9th, GPD responded to a single-car accident with initial reports stating the driver was heading west towards Mingilao when he lost control of the car, ran off the roadway, and collided with a concrete utility pole near the former Andy South housing. The sergeant arrived at Anderson Air Force Base in July of 2018, and his battle commander, Captain Katerina Muchmore, says, quote, "First Sergeant Smith and I would like to send our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Sergeant Justin Lyle. Our thoughts are with them," she says, during a difficult time. The case remains under investigation. To federal court now, Yu-Ju Wu and Yen-Sin Liu returned for their continued sentencing hearing. The two Taiwanese women pled guilty to visa fraud perjury charges. They were arrested for illegally working as masseuses at Asia Therapeutic Massage. Now, due to the pandemic and travel restrictions, all parties agreed on a sentencing stipulation for both women to be released from custody on the 29th and picked up by Homeland Security to be taken to the airport and deported back to Taiwan. Both will receive credit for time served of 70 days. The women are not allowed to return back to the U.S. without Homeland Security approval and will pay a court fee of $100. The Salvation Army continues to provide much-needed assistance while adhering to social distance mandates put in place by the governor. Major Tom Stambaugh told KUAM News on our Containing COVID show he's seen firsthand how displaced workers are reaching out wherever they can for help to put food on their table.
Over half of the people that we're seeing on a daily basis, if it's 20, so we say 10 to 12 of those people are new to the Salvation Army, which shows us again that these are new families that are affected by either loss of hours or they've been furloughed. It's impacting them now in a financial way that they need food to get them through a couple days. And that's really what our food bag is designed to do, is to get them through, a few days worth of food.
Stambaugh said it hasn't been easy to provide needed aid while keeping in line with coronavirus-related distancing as well as safety measures.
There's a lot of different components to this, and so we're trying to do the best we can to minimize, people's frustration. But
Right.
We are still doing the appointment-based approach, because that way there's no lines waiting for the food. They come out of their car, they get it and go. So we're seeing average about 20 families a day, 20 people, coming for food a day. So at this point in time, that system seems to be working, but it does build some frustration on some clients' parts that are not getting right away. But we're trying to do the best we can. But I think to keep everybody safe, that's the best approach at this point.
To make an appointment for assistance with the Salvation Army, their number is 477-9785. That's 477-9785. And also tonight, Payless Markets donated $12,000 to the Guam Medical Association for personal protective equipment supplies for frontline COVID-19 healthcare workers. Payless recognized the need to help fill the supply gap. The company said it's committed to supporting the local community by providing customers with essential items in a clean and safe environment, as well as donating to organizations responding to the pandemic. Well, please stay tuned, everybody. Boca Bites and Daily Maintenance are coming up.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
King's restaurants are still cooking up your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner plates and have them available for carryout and delivery. Call them in Tamuning at 647-5464 or in Dedito at 637-5464 and order for carryout. For delivery, please download the free Grab and Grub app and follow the instructions to get King's delivered to your door. Be safe and stay healthy until we see each other again at King's.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using. Join us in saluting those making strides and serving in our armed forces every Tuesday on the KUAM News Instagram account. These weekly posts round up profiles of Guamanians receiving accolades in the armed forces, those stationed on Guam making a difference in our community, and veterans being recognized for their service. Presented by Future Smiles Orthodontics. Build a brighter future with a brighter smile.
We're still under orders to stay home to prevent COVID-19. Here's how the virus shaped some of our stories in this week's Trendspotting Report. Hafaday Guam and all our viewers, I'm Adriana Cotero, and here's what caught your attention this week.
A couple terrified after an early morning attack sparked the conversation on a controversial move by the Office of the Attorney General. On April 9th, Dedito residents Emily Ocampo and Jerome Advancula attempted to fight off several unruly men outside their apartment. They allegedly threatened to kill the couple, bash their cars, try to force their way into the couple's apartment, and even threw a hollow block through the window. Ocampo told her story on KUAM's Containing COVID show, begging the AG's office to not ignore the case, but that's sort of what happened. Two 19-year-old men, BK Petrus and Rafiki Kinam, were arrested in the incident. They were booked and released with a notice to appear in court within 3 years. The AG's office says the measure aims to keep COVID-19 out of the prison by limiting who goes in. According to Attorney General Leven Camacho, while violent offenders are booked and confined, nonviolent offenders are being booked and released on a case-by-case basis. Considering the violent circumstances in the alleged incident, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero said she was not happy with the men's release because it wasn't a minor crime. She said, quote, "To me, I see it as a much more violent crime, and we are working with the courts to have much more clarity on that," unquote. AG Camacho said he was surprised the governor wasn't happy since the move was in line with her directives. He said, quote, "However, now that they are prepared to returning back to standard confinement practices and are working with the court to manage the prison, our office will move forward in support of this new direction," unquote. Guam watched as the CNMI began receiving 20,000 test kits from South Korea, beefing up its ability to track COVID-19 cases. It was a dead issue, however, for Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, who continued to assert Guam would not use test kits that weren't approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration or by emergency use authorization. The governor's chief medical advisor, Dr. Michael Cruz, wrote to Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes, who inquired about building up Guam's testing capacity. He wrote, quote, "Pending additional guidance from the FDA and CDC, we must understand that more testing should be done. Unreliable test results can become more dangerous than no testing at all," unquote. Although the South Korea test kits aren't an option for Guam, Dr. Cruz announced that we have received a commitment of at least 200 weekly rapid ID test kits, along with equipment from Abbott Laboratories that are approved by the FDA. Guam, however, continued to return low numbers of testing by the Guam Memorial Hospital and Public Health, just 12 tests done on Thursday. While the administration has been mum about lack of testing, Dr. Hao Win also sits on the governor's physician advisory panel and said the lack of testing is due to a shortage of materials. And as the most unfortunate result of the coronavirus, not one, but two people succumbed to COVID-19 on Guam in recent days. Guam recorded its fifth death due to the virus on April 11th, a 79-year-old woman. She was initially admitted to Guam Memorial Hospital on April 10th and had a history of diabetes, hypertension, coronary artery disease. The patient had no travel history. And the Navy announced a crew member from the USS Theodore Roosevelt died on April 13th. 41-year-old Aviation Ordnanceman Chief Petty Officer Charles Robert Thacker Jr. of Fort Smith, Arkansas, tested positive for the virus on March 30th and was moved to a naval base quarantine site. On April 9th, he was found unresponsive and was taken to Naval Hospital. According to the Navy, Thacker's wife was flown in from San Diego to be by his side upon his death.
We send our deepest, most heartfelt condolences to all of those who have lost their life in the battle against COVID-19 and to their families. Please remember to practice social distancing, wash your hands, and stay home. I'm Adriana Cotero, and this is Trendspotting.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
we are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
Howdy, I'm Bernie Valencia with Matson. Our local Matson team understands that these are very trying times for everyone. Matson's top priority, like yours, is to keep our families safe and healthy and ensure you have what you need. We'd like to give you peace of mind that Matson's service continues unscheduled and uninterrupted. Matson is committed to our weekly service from the United States West Coast to Honolulu into Guam and Saipan. We are working with the Port Authority of Guam and providing the capacity and services our customers need so they can continue to meet your needs. Matson will take all appropriate measures to ensure continuity of service into Guam and Saipan. When we work together to take care of our family and neighbors, we will emerge from this as a stronger island community.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Port Authority of Guam, KUAM Communications, and Matson.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
And now it's time for Boca Bites Nutrition on Quarantine. Here's a recipe that you and your family can make while staying home.
What's up, guys? It's Jess Rosario from the Boca Box, and welcome back to Boca Bites. This week, we're going to show you guys how to make some sauce that we can use throughout the week that my family's going to use for things like pizza, lasagna. You can use it for spaghetti, and it's very simple. It just contains tomatoes, onions, garlic, some Italian seasoning, basil, a little bit of wine, and some tomatoes. Now, this is a super easy sauce that you can make at home. It's not too fancy. And the good thing is you can put them in jars and save them for later. Use them for spaghetti, use them for other things throughout the week. And yeah, super fun to make. So until next time, see you on Boca Bites.
Oh, that looked good. I think I'm going to make that when I get home. All right, now our friends at Custom Fitness have helpful workout tips to keep you from getting too tight when you're inside.
Hi Guam, this is Ryan Flowers from Custom Fitness, licensed physical therapist. Thank you for joining us today for our daily maintenance program, segment number 4. We went over some neck movement, we went over some mid-thoracic movement, we went over some lower back. And now we're going to start introducing the idea of joints. All right, so joints, obviously we have tons of joints everywhere: elbow, knee, hip. Hip specifically, we see the difference between a stable versus a mobile joint. Now, today we have a joint first today is our head coach from Custom Fitness, also known as Custom Fitness CrossFit Government, yes. Paul Claros. Thanks for joining us. All right, so we're going to talk about joints today, okay? So joints should either be stable or mobile. The hip joint, which most people say that they have tight hips from sitting for long periods of time, things like that, and as we begin to age, things start to tighten up. We see decreases of range of motion. In reality, the hip should be mobile. So Paul stands right in here. We see that the hip should be able to go up, it should be able to go back, and then go ahead and turn. We also should see, so if he lifts it up, it should be out, and it also should go in, and then if it stays up, it should rotate on that axis, and it also should rotate off that axis. Now, the reason why is this movement should be fluid. This is kind of a built-in chain. If we have any weakness anywhere between the back and the knees, especially the hips, if it's not mobile, that movement's going to go somewhere else. It's going to go to a stable joint. So that's why we have a lot of knee and we have a lot of lower back pain. So what we want to do is kind of keep your hips moving for today. How's that, coach? Good. So here's what we're going to do. We have 3 exercises for you today. Everyone loves exercises. So we're going to have 3 exercises for you today. So number 1, if you're going to work on any type of movement, what you want to be able to do is work on the movement that works on rotation. So when we said that was going up and that was going in and out, all right? So what we have today is a 90-90 hip switch. Our starting position should be at 90 degrees. Coach, do me a favor, that front foot should be at 90. The beauty of this exercise is if you can't get to 90, you can just adjust. So what we're going to do is, coach, you go ahead and show me a couple movements first. So if you notice, all he's going to do, these are nice and controlled movements. So he's going to have his hands, do me a favor, coach, come on back. Relax. We're going to have his hands on the back first, and we're just going to slowly try to rotate those hips. And go ahead and turn over, nice and slow. Now, do me a favor, do it quick. Again, you don't get a lot of movement out of that, so what we're going to do is we're going to do nice and slow. And especially for those of us that have not ever done this, having your hands behind you will help. Now, coach, have you done this before? A little bit. All right, let's go show them how it should be done. So hands are right in front, nice and stable through the pelvis. Go right over the top. Wow. Here we go. And go ahead and go over. Now, what we want to do is this back leg needs to be on the ground. This front knee, you can tell which side is more tight, whichever the knee is coming up. Go ahead, coach, go ahead and turn over, nice and easy. Stay a little bit more vertical. I can't. All right, and go ahead and relax. How's that? Coach, by the way, if I can't do that at home, can we show another variation? Sure. Do me a favor. So all we're going to do is go ahead and lay on your back. You're going to go ahead and put one foot on the ground, and then this leg is going to come up just like what we did when we were standing. From this position, all we're going to do is this knee is going to point up like there's a flashlight, and you're just going to pick a spot on the ceiling, and all we're just going to do is in and out, nice and slow. A little bit slower, coach. So we're just going to go from this position, go ahead and up, and we're just going to go slowly out, and then slowly in. Again, we need to work on rotation. Everyone wants to stretch here and here, but we need to work this. This is the most important movement. If we can increase this rotation movement, everything else will change. 100%. You don't even have to change anything else. All right, coach, since we're on this, we need to work that extension of the hip now. Most people don't even have this extension because guess what? They've been sitting down for long periods of time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a simple hip bridge. There's many variations of a hip bridge. We're going to show you the easiest one. All we're going to do is hands are going to be by your side. Feet are going to be directly right underneath. Okay, shoulder width apart. You're going to just try to get the small of your back underneath, and you're going to flat on the ground. And all we're going to do is go ahead and squeeze through the glutes, and we're just going to go ahead and come up. We're just going to hold 1,002. And then slowly come on down. A little bit slower for me, coach. Go ahead and turn, squeeze, and then go ahead and come on up. Remember, this is going to allow you to get that hip fully extended since we've all been sitting down like this, okay? So go ahead and hold 1,002 and come on down. And again, That feels very good, Coach.
Feels very good. So remember, we've worked in 2 planes already. We worked in this rotation. We worked this in extension, right? With the hip coming up. Go ahead and come up, Coach. All right, last one. Okay, now we said that we wanted to make sure that this region, these hips are integrated through the other body. So all we're going to do is what we call pendulum swing. So Coach has never done this before, so we're going to do it for the first time. So you're just going to have your feet standing right in here. Right leg is going to come on back for me, right in there. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to try to stay nice and stable base. He's just going to go ahead and come out. Hands will be right in here like he's going to swing a golf club. Put a little bit of weight, and all we're going to do is try to stay nice and stable. Oh, yeah. Hold, steady, Coach. Stable through the pelvis. Hips continue to go straight, and all we're going to do is rock and roll. So all we're going to do is go all the way as far as you can. That's it. And once you start feeling like your hips are turning, that's when you stop. Go ahead and come to me. How's that feel, Coach? Feels good. So this is going to get this whole segment from this lumbo, pelvic, and then all this way through this hip region. Fantastic movement. And this, everyone can do. If you could stand, you could do this exercise. Also works on rotation all the way through the upper body. See that midline? Everything all the way, even through the feet. Coach, how are we doing? Great. So at the end of the day, remember, hips need to maintain mobility. As you begin in age, you're going to see decrease. You need to continue moving, else you'll see other segments of your body, your shoulders, knees, right, start to feel a little bit painful. Thank you for your time. This is Ryan Flowers from Custom Fitness, licensed physical therapist.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Hello, I'm Sabrina Salas-Matinani.
And half a day, everyone. I'm Chris Barnett. A few weeks ago, we launched our KUAM News COVID-19 Takeover weekday mornings on I-94 FM in an effort to keep you informed and to do our part to contain the spread of COVID-19 in our community.
At this time, we know how important keeping you informed is, as this pandemic has not only threatened our health and the health of our loved ones, but our livelihoods, our children and their education, and disrupted all of our lives.
We are all in this together, and as we face an uncertain weeks or months ahead, we will continue to broadcast our morning show to keep you connected with the most up-to-date information in this continually evolving situation.
There are several ways to watch or listen to our weekday morning program. Watch our Facebook live stream on the KUAM News Facebook page, listen to I-94 FM, that's 93.9, or listen to Docomo Pacific Channel 10 from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
On television, over the air, GTA, and Docomo Pacific, watch the KUAM News COVID-19 Takeover weekday mornings from 8 to 10 a.m. on KUAM TV 11.
As the media leader in the Marianas, we want you to know that we will do our very best to get you the answers you need, and together we'll get through this.
And now, everyone, here's your extra special weekend birthday shout-outs from Cold Stone Creamery. Weekend birthdays are a time to kick back and say happy birthday, because born on the 18th is Jenny Castro, who turns 31, a.k.a. Auntie Nina. This comes from Keani Joy and the Cabrera family. Happy birthday to Justin Lee, who turns 13, from Mom, Dad, your sister, Aliana, and your brother, Zane. And Thomas J. Parrish Cruz, happy birthday, lucky number 7, to Thomas from your family. Born on Sunday, Ed Cabrera, happy birthday, Uncle Ed, coming from your favorite niece, Lori, and the Cabrera family. Also, happy birthday number 14 to Aiden James Cruz Respicio, to our oldest grandchild. Mama, Papa, and the entire family love you. And happy birthday to Gage Anthony Guzman Vasconez. Happy 3rd birthday to our family's very own Gagey, our handsome and adorable little boy, our mungy grandson, and our playful little brother. From Ama and Papa, Mommy and Daddy, Sissy Zaya, Big Brother Kuma, Big Sister Navia, and Nino and Nina Sheila. We love you, Gagey, they said. Hope all of you had an awesome birthday and have an awesome week. That's going to do it for the show, everybody. Please stay home this weekend. Stay inside. Stay home. Save lives. We'll see you next time.
Howdy. I'm Peter Duenas, corporate chef and owner of Mezcla Restaurants. Join me in my quest for culinary inspiration and some of the best flavors around. This is my food obsession.
Well, we just got into Incheon, Korea, and we're really excited because